Most earbuds these days are designed for sitting in a coffee shop or hitting the gym, but these things clearly have a different mission. When you pick up this neckband, you immediately notice it doesn't feel like a delicate piece of tech. It has that rugged, utilitarian vibe you'd expect from a brand that usually makes power tools. The yellow and black color scheme is unmistakable, and honestly, it feels like it could take a beating on a construction site without breaking a sweat. Speaking of sweat, the IPX6 rating is a nice touch. It means if you get caught in a downpour or things get a bit messy while you're working, the electronics inside aren't going to just give up on you. What really stands out is the battery life. Getting over 30 hours of playtime on a single charge is impressive, especially for something this lightweight. You could easily go through a few long shifts without ever needing to hunt for a charging cable. And when you do finally need to top it off, it uses a standard Type-C connection, which is just convenient. The neckband itself is surprisingly flexible. It sits around the collarbone area without feeling like a heavy collar, and after an hour or two, you honestly forget it's even there. That's a big win for anyone who needs to keep their ears free for safety, but wants a podcast or some music running in the background. Now, here's the thing about the audio quality. It's not trying to be a high-end studio monitor. It's tuned for clarity, especially when you're on a call. The noise reduction tech does a solid job of cutting out that low-end hum of machinery or wind, making voices sound much sharper than they would on a standard pair of cheap buds. The magnetic earbuds are a clever little detail, too. When you aren't using them, they just snap together so they aren't dangling around and getting snagged on equipment. If there's a downside, it's that the buttons on the neckband can feel a little stiff at first. You have to give them a firm press, which is probably intentional so you don't accidentally trigger them with gloves on, but it takes a second to get used to. Also, while the fit is secure, the ear tips are pretty standard. If you have really tricky ear shapes, you might find yourself swapping them out for a third-party set, though the ones in the box cover most bases. It's a straightforward, no-nonsense piece of gear. It isn't flashy, and it doesn't have a bunch of unnecessary app integrations or touch controls that fail when your hands are dirty. It just does exactly what it says on the box, and for the price, that's a pretty solid deal for anyone who spends their day in the thick of it.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.